What's up, you guys? It's Rob here. Today I'm going to be going over ticker symbol GME. I'm going to be covering the short interest. I'll be covering the news catalyst that was really shared across Reddit, Twitter, and most social media, but wasn't really talked about on CNBC or anything like that. I think it might actually be talked about more tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised because it is a really huge deal for GameStop. But in addition, I'll be covering the stock on a daily, weekly, and monthly time frame, and we'll give a bull and bearish prediction towards tomorrow of what might happen. But before we hop into all this kind of stuff, if you guys can do me a favor, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and then also turn on the notifications by ringing the bell. When you do all these kinds of things, it definitely helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and gets this video out to more people and allows me to have a further reach on YouTube. And thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, and thank you for liking all the videos. Thank you so much. The growth that I've seen in the past day alone has really been phenomenal, and I can't thank you guys enough. Like, thank you so much. Let's keep on going. I'm on my path to 1,000 subscribers, so by you guys hitting subscribe gets me one person closer to being at 1,000, and then after that we'll have to, of course, move the goalpost to probably about 2,000. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop in here. Let's cover the news catalyst first that I found. Now, the huge thing is this was released by GameStop, and what it says is it's the elimination of long-term debt will further strengthen the company's balance sheet and support transformation. Now, what this is essentially doing is getting rid of all the debt within GameStop currently right now. And this is going to be done by April 30th, 2021. So GameStop will not have any debt moving forward May 1st. That's huge. That is really huge. That is a bullish indicator for me within the company, because when you're telling me that you're making a crap ton of money and you don't have any debt, all that's telling me is you're just putting money on reserve. You're putting more money in the marketing. Having no debt is a phenomenal thing for a business. And personally, I think this news really needs to be shared because I think it's going to support GameStop even more and show that GameStop is now worth even more because they don't have any debt. So the share price should in theory go up kind of thing. So you may see some analysts say, as soon as this news gets released and all that kind of stuff, they might say, oh my gosh, they have no debt. They might raise their price targets a little bit. So it might be something to look out for in the future. But that was the huge news catalyst that I found that was shared across Reddit and Twitter, and I felt like I needed to share it with you guys today. But taking a look here, this is Ortex. So this is the short interest on GameStop. And the huge thing that we want to really take a look at is the short interest change. Once again, the short interest change actually went down. So our current short interest or free float is around 23.81%, which is pretty high, but it wasn't nearly as high as it was before the first squeeze when we were literally at 150% of the free float. So that's really large. We're nowhere near what we were, but still 23.81% is a significant number. Anything really over 10% is significant short interest on a stock. But we also can take a look here and look at the return shares today of 540K roughly, the borrowed shares of 250. Let's just round up here. And the huge thing is we're seeing the short interest actually change. So what this is telling me is that shorts are actually covering their positions. And this green line right here indicates the days to cover. And you can really see back here in January when the short interest was around 150, the days to cover was 3. And then quickly thereafter, it was 5 days. And now we're looking at 0.28 days to cover all the short positions within GameStop, which is really significant because that's also going to cause the cost to borrow fee, which will be this magenta line here, to be very low. And the cost to borrow fee right now is 1.28%. So it's not a lot. But that's the short interest, and that's the news catalyst. Let's go ahead and hop on over here and take a look at the charts. So the huge thing that I noticed with GameStop today was we did break above this 140 support, and we were holding it pretty good here in the pre-market. We did see a nice short wave here, and we got all the way down to $132. But the nice thing was we actually bought the stock all the way back up here, and we hit a high of 145, which is actually pretty phenomenal to see within pretty much a, let's say, 30-minute window that we're swinging from 132 to 145. But this is GameStop after all, so large swings like that really aren't surprising. But the nice thing was when we sold off this rip, we touched the 140 support and we actually bounced off of it, which was good because we want to respect 140 as a support and not turn it into a resistance. Now, I can't say good things for later in the day because we did break down through it and traded through it for a little bit. And then we did break back above it and did some nice consolidation here and then broke down below it. And then in the close, we actually closed above 140. So we were down literally 0.07% today, which is 10 cents. So really, we pretty much traded even across the whole entire board. And the huge thing is the greater market was pretty much positive. So with us being a little bit negative and having moves like this, it's not the best for the stock. But we do know that this right here was most likely a very hard short wave. And then we didn't see the short waves here as much, but they were still present. Now, the other thing is we were on SSR. If you guys don't recall, yesterday we had an intraday low of minus 10% of our previous day close. So being down 10% and then we are still seeing moves like this that we're still getting shorted, it really causes me to question how they are shorting the stock. And a lot of people have been pointing towards ETFs and that they're shorting ETFs, which is affecting GameStop indirectly. So, but looking at the RSI here, we're pretty much at the close. We were sitting just about neutral. We did have a nice spike here in the after hours, which caused us to go the overbought. But the huge thing is here in the morning, we really tested oversold. And then if you hop down here and we take a look at the MACD, the MACD really did not like both of these movements because it's very overextended. It's not close to the equilibrium like all of our moves were for the rest of the day. It was a very quick, violent move, which tells me that it was a short attack on the stock. So let's go ahead and hop out here to the 5-day, 5-minute time frame. As you can see, that's that trend line yesterday, and then the huge green candle that we got from our lovely news of GameStop looking for a new CEO. But the huge thing was yesterday we actually closed below 140, which was not really the best. And today we actually closed above 140, which is better. So we are making little tiny steps in the right direction after pretty much getting smacked in the face on Monday. So it's good that we are making trends in the right direction now on a more macro perspective. But really, when you take a look at these short waves that we've been getting here, we test oversold really quickly and we're rebounding actually pretty strong. Yesterday, we didn't have as good of a rebound, but later in the day, when we got that news catalyst, we really shot up pretty quickly. Now, the huge thing to take a look at here is we are still trading below the 30-day moving average, and we are also trading below the 120-day moving average. So we got to keep that in mind. Like, we want to be above these moving averages to get ourselves back into a bullish state versus a bearish state. But looking here on the 5-day, after hours, we're sitting at 62 on the RSI. When we closed the day on the 5-day, 5-minute, we closed at 54.55. And if we take a look at the MACD is a little bit happier with the moves that we made in the day. We still have this really overextended move, but it's not nearly as bad as it was yesterday. So it's good because when we have these drastic moves, the next thing that it really does is it affects the options contracts, which in turn affects implied volatility and causes the options contracts not to be as nice and attractive to new people who want to purchase an options contract. But if we go ahead and hop out here to the 1 month, 1 hour chart, we can see that we are sitting here at this 140 support. The huge thing is we're down below the 30-day MA and we're down below the 120 MA. So when I look at both of these, this tells me that we are in a bearish state and they're kind of hooking in a downwards direction. So that means they're kind of expecting us to continue this downtrend, but hopefully I'm remaining optimistic that we can have a trend reversal and we can put ourselves back into a bullish state and get really back up to this 172 support, which is where I really want us to be. But taking a look at the RSI here, the RSI is sitting at 45, and then you can really see today's movement, or the short wave that we got today, really didn't affect the RSI as much as the one that we got on Monday, and then the one that we got really, the one that we got here on Monday, and then the one that we got here on Friday was also really bad because we pretty much sold off the whole entire day Monday. And then this little line right here is our positive news catalyst that actually brought us back up from being oversold to somewhat sitting neutral. But taking a look at the MACD down here, the MACD actually has a bullish indicator for today. We do have it crossing over the signal line and we're headed up towards equilibrium, which is a good sign. On a macro perspective, we are in bullish territory according to the MACD. The RSI is heading more towards neutral, which is good. However, we do have these two. We do have the MA 120-day and the MA 30-day that are headed in a downwards direction. So really tomorrow seems like it's going to be a pivotal day for the indicators. And if we move to the upside, we should see a break in the 30-day MA, and hopefully we can see this MACD cross over the equilibrium and remain close together. We don't want to be overextended. We want to keep the MACD and the signal close together and hugging the equilibrium as much as we can, because that is the good growth within the stock and not the exponential growth that often comes with GameStop. But really, the huge thing that I'm looking for tomorrow is, can we hold 140? If we can hold 140, the next thing I really want us to test is this 30-day moving average, which is sitting at about 42.52 right now. And if we can break that, it should come with a nice bullish movement to the upside. So that's what I'm looking for tomorrow. For the bear case scenario, it would be we're breaking through 140, and then the next really support that we have after that is about $120. And I really don't want us to see us break down to that point. But at the same time, the shorts have been really pounding the stock extremely hard. And we have had, Friday was a huge sell-off day. Monday was a huge sell-off day. Today was pretty much almost, I want to call it a consolidation day when we look here at the chart on the 1 month, 1 hour. So, but that's what I got for you guys today. If you guys can do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and remember to ring the bell. And then also, if you like the platform that I'm using here, down in the description, I do have my Webull referral link where you do get 2 free stocks when you join the platform. When your account is approved, and then another when you deposit $100 on the platform. And those 2 free stocks can be valued anywhere up to $1,600, and you get a minimum of $10, which is easily lunch. But that's what I got for you today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.